Hey folks, I don't know if it was a mistake on your part or maybe you intentionally came into the last resort to watch us do a video, but either way, I hope you stick around. We're going to talk about, well, who knows what. I'm going to talk about a few bikes that I like, a few bikes that I may have bought instead of the Wired if I were to buy one today. We're going to talk about the ride. We're going to a new area. You folks have not been with me on this trail before. Yeah, we have new tunnels, and Lord knows it's going to be down here, so let's just pause for a moment and see what we get. Not a whole lot to do there. What have we been at this about? We're going on 8 months of doing these kind of ride videos. Not all of it's riding, you know. I do stray from time to time, depending on how I feel. But I got to tell you, we broke like 700 subscribers last time I looked, and the views of each video are far outstripping the number of subscribers, and that's what we want. That's what we want. And my idea, building a good channel without doing advertisements, having an Amazon buy me shit page or some sort of a buy me a tequila or buy me a coffee or just simply PayPal me. I think this channel's doing really well, and I really owe it all to you because I believe that the 700 of you that have subscribed are not bots, okay? And I have not bought those subscribers, so you folks are real. I mean, you're watching what we're doing here, so you keep up your end of the bargain and I'll keep up mine, and I promise you, we're not going to sell out. We're not going to do anything like that. In fact, I'll tell you this much. Once I hit 1,000 subs, we may not even monetize. I'm not guaranteeing that because while I don't want your money, part of me says, hey, why not take a little bit of Google's money? And then when I look at what I could expect to get, there's really not much money there to be had, so we may not even go the monetized route at all. Look, we're doing e-bikes, guys. It's not a real popular space, you know, on YouTube. I mean, you want to do anime, you want to do gaming, you know, you want to do high performance cars even, man. You're probably going to get a lot of action on those. But this space we're in, I don't know. I just don't think it's really going to ever pay the dividends that one might expect. You know, I was like, hey man, Mr. Beast is doing well. Why is Ruger's Last Resort night? Huh? Yeah, these are some new tunnels for you guys. And kind of new tunnels for me, if I can tell you. It's been a while. Let's put it this way. Last time I was at these tunnels, I was actually on a regular bike. Yeah, you know, the kind with no motor? Yeah, you remember those. Those old school bikes? Yeah. And that was probably about 3 to 5 years ago. Probably closer to 5 than 3. But where we're heading, we're actually heading deeper into the city of Phoenix. We're kind of headed right now on what would you say? A southeast bent heading. And just to do a little housekeeping, today's Monday. I left the house probably 9:45. I didn't start filming until we got to some new territory. And temperature right now is 89 degrees. And for those of you interested, the motor temp is sitting at 178. So we're percolating along just fine. All right, now I got to remember which way to go. I think we go down this way. This might be the way to go. All right, so we're going under Central Avenue, which, you know, when Phoenix started, of course, this was basically the median street here, you know? You had life on both sides of Central. You had avenues and you had streets. Still that way today, but as you can imagine, it's spread out far, far more than it was back in the days before air conditioning. Anyway, Wired Freedom is what we're riding today, although I don't really like to say that much anymore because I don't want to I don't want to be accused of pimping a product, especially pimping a product that I'm like, maybe 80% happy with, you know. If I was 100% happy with it, I'd probably get the tattoo on my forearm so you can see it every day when I'm riding. Yeah, we're on a Freedom. No real issues to speak of. I don't know if you guys noticed the change. I mean, did you see what I did to the bike? You see it? You see that? You know what that is? That's a light. That's right, it's a headlight. Because that mess of bullshit right there is gone. You know that one bolt that holds the fender and the light bulb, or the light bulb, listen to me. What am I, Edison? And the headlight, one screw with a nut, and tries to hold that flat equally, you know, pretty much useless if you're gonna ride the bike in anything other than a glass surface. So we got rid of it. Now I'll tell you this, guys. I don't ride much in the dark. If I do, it's because it's 4 in the morning, but I'm not your guy that's gonna be bumping around, you know, midnight, that kind of thing. So frankly, I'm not even sure why I put this light on here, but I did. But I wanted to show it to you, show you what I did. I think that's good because it's cut down on some of the noise. I don't have to worry about something jangling loose, and who knows, I may have even saved a half a pound, right? So that's our main modification for this ride. Kind of a nice area, right? These old trees, man, I mean, these trees are older than probably shoot Nancy Pelosi, and that's saying a lot, guys. Which way are we going here? Anyway, we're pretty much riding pedal assist 5 for the most part. And I'm at my, what is this, 9.8 miles. Hey, check this out, guys. You know what that means? Hey, take a look. Yeah, we broke 1,000 miles on this bike finally. We're at 1,005 miles. And like I said in my 500-mile review video, it's still breaking period as far as I'm concerned. You get about 3,000 miles on one bike, and tell me what you think of it. That I find impressive. Because a lot of people, let's face it, they'll ride these bikes to 800 miles, they'll get bored of riding, they'll sit in the garage until the battery catches on fire. And then they throw it in the dumpster, it goes in the landfill. That's just how it is, especially with adults like me. I understand it, you know, a lot of people, you know, if you're hustling some work, you know, on the weekends, you don't want to actually feel like, oh God, I gotta go ride that bike again. I don't really feel like it. And you push yourself, and then eventually you just quit pushing yourself. You're like, oh, life's too short, I'm not doing something I don't want to do. Screw the bike, give it away to charity. Well, most people just are not going to get a personal bike up to 3,000 miles, but I think we will. And hopefully, I maintain enough interest to keep doing these videos. You know, I'm kind of flaky, guys. You know, this is not my first rodeo into YouTube. I've had a few channels before of varying success, but even if they're successful, I just lose interest in them. I don't feel like maintaining them, and I just delete them. And then, you know, a year or two later, maybe 6 months later, I'll get an idea, and I'll kind of get the bug again to do videos, and I start another channel. But I think that's why I call this the last resort, because if I abandon this channel, I'm probably done with YouTube altogether. You know, and it has nothing to do with success or any of that stuff. I just lose interest. It starts to become work. It goes from love to maintenance. And once I get into that maintenance part, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It's an elective maintenance, so I elect not to do it, right? Ooh, we've really made some headway today riding into Phoenix. Well, slow up here. Don't want to be accused of these terrible e-bike tailgaters here, you know. It's all over my ass. Why didn't you just pass me, dude? Coming left. Anyway, we're at about 16th Street and Glendale. And I think there's a way to get, oh, I missed it, guys. You gotta turn around. Turn around, go back this way. Gotta go back this way. I'm gonna pass this guy again. Yeah, it's all coming back to me getting this far. In case you're wondering about Phoenix, it's kind of like every other place, you know. Subway over that way, there's a Chevron, there's a Sprouts. I don't know if you guys have Sprouts in your area, but I do patronize them a lot. They are an Arizona-based company, and they sell pretty good products. Some of it's kind of foo-foo, artsy-fartsy stuff, but you know, we try to patronize them a little bit. Coming left, thank you, sir. But yeah, I try to patronize them mostly because, well, there's one by my house and it's easy to get to and easy to get out of. No left turns for me, guys. All right, riding this e-bike Autobahn. We're coming up on here, a slow Porsche Cayenne. We're gonna pass them. Yeah, that's right, guys. We're riding an Evette, of course. You know, what else would you think I'd be in? There's a park around here somewhere. Always give a nice nod when people make an effort to let you pass. I appreciate that, because you know, you got some people out there, their egos, oh hell no. Hell no, you're gonna pass me, you're gonna have to work for it. Don't understand what that's all about, folks, but you've been out there in the world, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, okay, here's a park I wanted to ride to. This is a park that I used to go fishing in. Oh, circa 76. Yeah, that's 1976, not 1876, you smart ass, okay? Pardon my language there, I didn't mean to say smart, but it just slipped out. By the way, as you guys know, we are not a politically correct channel. And I don't know how many times I have to say that before people will stop asking me to hawk their products. However, since we're not politically correct, that mountain right there, that's called Squaw Peak in my mind. Squaw Peak. They renamed it to Piestewa Peak because of the woke culture. And Piestewa was a soldier who I guess died gallantly, and I don't want to diminish that. However, I think they renamed it because they felt like the word squaw was diminutive, and it could be. But, you know, how much of the history are we going to erase? Hello there. How much history are you going to erase here under the guise of wokeness, you know? And I'll tell you guys, look. You know, if you watch a few of my videos, you know I'm probably one of the wokest channels on YouTube, right? I am. I didn't figure this out till the other day. I was like, woke. I was like, start hearing this term woke. I'm a little behind the times, okay? So cut me some slack. So start hearing this term woke. And it just like hits me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, I'm totally woke, man. In fact, just today, guys, I got up at 4:45, and I tell you what, I'm gonna stay woke till at least 11, maybe even midnight tonight. This is, let's go over this way a little bit. Probably, you know what? I'm pretty far from home and riding through this grass. You know what that means? Yeah, it's called goat's heads. It's called go back and watch my tire repair video. That's what that's called. So I'm gonna stay out of the grass today. Too far from home. Now, this is one of the lakes I used to fish at. Never really caught a whole lot. I think they had maybe some smallmouth bass, maybe, in there. We're talking the 70s, guys. Who knows what was going on? 70s was pretty. Look at all this. These are some of my subscribers. Hey, guys. Bunch of pigeons. You know what? I'm feeling a little risky. Let's just ride up here and climb this hill a little bit. Pretty nice, pretty peaceful. I mean, even you have to admit. Hey guys, what's going on? Make sure you sub up, you know, down thumb, unsubscribe, all that good stuff, you know. Help me get this to be the lowest, most unpopular YouTube channel on the freaking interwebs. And you know, what can I say? Aim low, folks. You know what else I was going to talk about today, and I'm going to get to it. Get out of my way. You can unsubscribe too. I was going to talk about what bike would I buy today. You know, Wired's been okay. You know, it's got its issues. I think I'm more disappointed in Wired's abandonment of the issue that I've mentioned before, and I'm not going to go into that again. I'm not going to go into that spiel. But that's probably the most disappointing part of owning this bike. I mean, after all, Wired, I believe, is just drop shippers. I'm not sure they know as much about the bike as the people that actually make it in China or whatever. But what bike would I consider buying today? And I did. It's been a while since I've looked at bikes. I don't really watch many YouTube e-bike channels anymore because it seems like they're kind of like this one. They're all the same. Only this one here is not sales. All right, this is not sales. I'm not hoodwinking you. But I don't really watch much, so I had to actually go and do an internet search. I did a Google. Oh, gosh, damn it. What? God. So I did an internet search on Google, and I just typed in fast e-bikes for sale, okay? You want to know the first 3 things that came up for my particular search? Get this, Electric. Yeah, electric, starts with an L. I'm sure you've heard of them. They're one. Number 2, Aventon, right? Number 3, Juiced. Now, I don't know, man. I kind of did some quick clicking around on them websites because, like, wow, maybe they've come around. Maybe they're starting to make some 60-volt fun. Yeah, no, not quite. I think the best I saw was 152-volt version, and I think it was pretty much limited to 34 miles an hour, which isn't bad. I'm not gonna knock 34 miles an hour. So I didn't really get a lot there. So I'm just going to tell you, if I were looking at e-bikes again today, I would still consider Wired, but I would also consider, I was looking at this the other day, the King's Crown by eCells. I believe it's called the King's Crown. I think Larry's a subscriber of mine, his channel, he rides around that thing a lot, and it's not, you know, look, it's not, I don't think it's a 45 mile an hour bike. Maybe it is, I just haven't seen it do 45. Maybe I wasn't watching the right stuff. But it's I believe all-wheel drive, you know? It's all-wheel drive, and oh, check out these poodles here. These are big things. Howdy. That guy's up. Anyway, the eCells King's Crown, I believe, is the one that I would give serious consideration for, in addition to anything from Wired. And I also like, what's that one? It's called the EMX. What's that Canadian company, Fabulous? That EMX. Not sure what all the specs are on that one, but again, I'm not out buying bikes, and I'm not out here trying to be a bike reporter here in the news today, so I don't have all the facts for it. I'm just telling you where I would look further if I were in the market to replace this Wired Freedom or get my first e-bike that hauls a little ass, has a little fun to it. The third bike I would actually consider, and probably one of the most well-built, gorgeous-looking e-bikes I've ever seen in my life on the market today, and that's called the Soul E-Cycles. Or maybe it's Soul E-Bikes. I'll show you a picture of it right there, along with everything else. Those bikes, let's face it, man, if you have any taste whatsoever, you have to admit that's probably the best-looking e-bike I've ever seen. Now, that one I did look into that one a little bit. I think it's 1,500 watts, 52 volts. So it kind of, for me, misses the mark there a little bit, but I'm going to keep my eye on this manufacturer, this company. They are actually local to me. They're actually out in Mesa, Arizona, which is the far east side of town, where I really do my best never to go over there, but if there's a good bike out there to ride, I'll probably go check it out. Better turn around. I want to head on this big street here. As you guys can tell, I'm kind of in a rough neighborhood. I mean, to get smoked in the back of the head with a gold brick billion ball or a sack of Bitcoin wouldn't be out of the norm. But yeah, Soul e-bikes is one that I definitely would have to consider. I mean, it looks so darn good, I might even forego the fact that it's only 52 volts, 1500 watt. Now, I don't know if that 1500 watts is nominal or if that's max, you know. So those are the 3 bikes I would consider today. Of course, in addition to looking at the wired, King's Crown, Soul e-bikes, and that EMX by Fabulous. So anyway, guys, I tell you what, I'm actually gonna go ahead and head on home. Not sure how much video we have here, but it's been a wonderful day. Thanks for you guys being you guys, all your questions and comments. You know, I try to answer everyone as long as I see it. Sometimes I don't see them. I'll go through and find that I was never notified that somebody left a comment, and sometimes it's a really good comment. But I try to respect you guys in that regards. This channel will never be too big, too snobby to ignore those of you that helped me build it, even though we're not really building anything. We're not here for money, okay? I'm not buying subscribers. I'm not hawking products. That's never gonna happen, I promise you that. And until next time, guys, make sure you get out there and ride. Get out there and live life. Heck, even if it isn't ride, just get out and do something. Till next time, we'll talk to you later. You're watching The Last Resort.